Yo, wait a second. You ever realize how the same people who once tried to bury you are now being exposed in front of everyone? Wow, poetic, right? Like the universe just pulled out the receipts and said, time's up. Yeah, your so-called enemy, the one who tried to erase your name, twist your story, drag your piece through the dirt, is now under serious investigation. Oh nah, we're not talking rumors tonight. We're talking truth walking into the room, bold, uninvited, unstoppable. You can feel it, can't you? That pressure building up behind the scenes, that moment when the fake smiles start cracking, when the people who laughed at you are suddenly real quiet. Yeah, that kind of silence speaks louder than every lie they ever told. And let me tell you something. You didn't survive by luck. You survived by discipline, by patience, by focus. You stood your ground when they tried to knock you down. You built yourself piece by piece while they built lies brick by brick, and guess what? Their wall just collapsed right on top of them. So here's the deal. Don't you dare click away now. Stay till the end, because what's coming next, oh wow, it's not just a story, it's a lesson in power, accountability, and the art of silent revenge. This isn't about hate. This is about truth catching up. To everyone watching, you're the reason these stories hit differently. Your loyalty, your time, your energy, it means everything. You're not just viewers, you're the movement. You're the ones who turn pain into wisdom, losses into strength, and truth into fire. So drop a comment below. Tell me how many times you've been falsely accused, how many times they tried to bury you. Because tonight, oh yeah, tonight we're turning that pain into a standing ovation. Truth doesn't rush. It waits. And when it finally walks into the room, everyone goes silent. Oh wow. You can feel it, can't you? The shift, the silence before the storm. The whispers that used to crawl behind your back have turned into tremors under their feet. You were once the one being questioned, mocked, and buried under lies. But now they are the ones sitting in the chair of consequence. The irony tastes sharp, like justice served cold. After years of being told to swallow your pain, they thought destroying you was easy. Just a few words, a few lies, a few masks painted with innocence. They thought the truth could be strangled quietly behind closed doors. Oh yeah, they thought they'd get away with it. But the truth doesn't vanish. It lingers like smoke in a locked room, unseen at first, but it always finds a crack to escape through. And once it escapes, it burns. You see, the most dangerous thing about silence is that it listens. You went quiet, not because you were weak, but because you were learning. You watched every fake smile, every backhanded apology, every manipulation dressed as concern. You didn't fight fire with fire. You let them build their own inferno. And now they're choking on their own smoke. Oh yeah, you heard it right. Investigation. That word has a certain flavor, doesn't it? Cold, heavy. It rolls off tongues with fear. Suddenly, those who strutted around with arrogance are trembling in their own shadows. Suddenly, it's complicated isn't a good enough excuse. Suddenly, your silence feels like thunder. But let's be honest. You never needed revenge. You needed truth. And truth, my friend, is the kind of weapon that cleans itself. It doesn't need your rage. It needs your patience. That's what they never understood. They thought the louder they shouted, the more people would believe them. But lies have expiration dates, and theirs just spoiled publicly. Oh, nah, this isn't karma, this is accountability. The kind that doesn't knock, it breaks the door. The kind that doesn't wait for applause, it demands silence. The kind that doesn't shout, "I told you so," it just lets the evidence speak. And the evidence doesn't lie. It's funny, isn't it? How the same mouths that once called you too much are now whispering maybe we were wrong. How those who once stood proudly beside your accuser are now stepping back, pretending they were never involved. People love the side that wins until that side starts to sink. Then they start swimming back to shore, pretending they were always neutral. You just watch. Calmly, like someone who already knows the end of the story. Because this isn't about proving them wrong. It's about reminding the world that truth doesn't need validation. It simply is. And that's the beauty of it. The same world that once laughed at your pain is now watching your peace unfold like a verdict they can't ignore. The very storm they sent to drown you is washing them away now. The mask never falls all at once. It crumbles, piece by piece, under the weight of truth. Oh yeah, you can almost hear it now. That soft cracking sound. The mask that once looked perfect in public light is beginning to split. Every lie they told, every story they twisted, every fake tear they shed, it's all catching up. You see, pretending to be pure while living in deceit is like painting over rot. It might shine for a while, but the stench always escapes. At first they tried to smile through it, act like nothing's wrong, just rumors. They said, people are jealous. Oh wow, jealousy? That's their favorite word, isn't it? The word that hides their fear of being exposed. But the problem with pretending too long is that the performance starts to consume the actor. Their voice cracks. Their eyes twitch, and their confidence starts to bleed through the cracks. That's when people start noticing something's off. You warned them once, quietly, respectfully, not out of vengeance, but out of principle. You told them that whatever you plant, you'll face it again one day. They laughed then, mocked your calm, believed your silence was weakness, but silence isn't surrender, it's strategy. It's the stillness before precision. And now, that stillness has become their courtroom. Oh nah, they never imagined this part. They thought truth was just a story that could be erased with influence, manipulation, or pity. They thought reputation could outrun reality. But when the walls of deceit start closing in, it's not fame, money, or power that saves you. It's integrity. Something they gambled away for temporary applause. You can see it in their eyes now, that sudden realization that no one's clapping anymore. The audience they once controlled with guilt and charm has turned quiet. Because deep down, people always knew. They might have looked away, but they felt it. There's something unshakable about truth. It hums beneath the noise. You can't silence it. You can only delay its echo. And that echo, that echo is here now. It's in every conversation whispered in hallways. It's in every headline that starts with "under serious investigation." It's in the way their allies suddenly stop defending them. Truth has a strange way of isolating the guilty. Not with violence, but with exposure. The same crowd that once cheered them on now avoids eye contact. The same voices that screamed your name in blame are now mute in shame. Oh wow. Poetic, isn't it? Watching falsehoods crumble not by your hand but by their own design. The universe doesn't rush revenge. It engineers revelation. Slowly, patiently, until it hits so precisely that no one can deny it. And look at you, unmoved, unbothered. Not because you don't feel, but because you've learned the value of stillness. While they were busy acting, you were busy growing. While they played for attention, you prepared for accountability. While they wanted control, you built character. And that's why this moment belongs to you, not as a victory dance, but as confirmation that truth always finds its voice, eventually. But here's the real twist. People aren't just questioning what they did now. They're questioning who they are. That's the ultimate downfall, isn't it? When your mask becomes heavier than your identity. When your reputation starts begging for air. When your own reflection stops recognizing you. Oh yeah, that's the stage they're standing on now. The spotlight that once flattered them is now revealing every flaw, and there's no script left to hide behind. The cracks aren't just visible, they're spreading fast. And you? You're just watching. Calm. A spectator in the very play they wrote against you. No anger. No need for revenge. Just that deep, steady awareness that the truth is finally doing what it was always meant to do. Speak for itself. You can bury the truth, but not its scent. It rises even through the soil of deception. Oh wow. Look at them now. The mask is gone, and what's left behind isn't strength or confidence. It's panic, the kind that crawls beneath the skin when there's nowhere left to hide. Every story they created is now turning into evidence against them. Every lie they whispered in darkness is echoing in broad daylight. It's poetic, isn't it? The truth they buried has come back with footprints. Theirs. You can see it. That trembling in their voice when they're questioned. The hesitation before every sentence. The shift in their eyes when they realize the room isn't buying their act anymore. Oh yeah, that's the moment accountability becomes real. Because when the lies stop working, silence becomes a confession. They're learning that too late. For years, they built an image out of manipulation. A hero costume stitched from borrowed words and fake virtue. But when pressure hits, fabric tears. And now everyone can see the threads of deceit dangling. You don't even need to speak. Their own actions are narrating the downfall. It's not chaos you're watching. It's correction. Oh, nah. They thought they could rewrite history, erase their cruelty, twist your story, make you the villain. But history doesn't bend for liars. It bends for truth tellers. What's done in arrogance always meets its reckoning. Not with explosions or loud justice, but with quiet exposure. The kind that doesn't destroy instantly, but piece by piece, until everything false collapses. You've seen this pattern before. People who think they're untouchable because they're loud, because they have followers, because they have influence, but all those things fade when the foundation isn't real. Power built on falsehood doesn't protect. It betrays. Every step they took to frame you became the rope that's now tightening around their own narrative. That's how deceit dies. Not by confrontation, but by consequence. Oh wow. Poetic balance, isn't it? You were patient, measured, quiet. and they mistook that for weakness. But patience isn't passivity, it's precision. It's watching time work in your favor, because truth doesn't need to chase. It knows where to find those who run from it. And look at you, steady, unshaken. You don't gloat, you don't mock, because this was never about revenge. It was about restoration. The restoration of your name, your peace, your balance. The restoration of order in a world that tried to make chaos the law. Every false word they used against you is now a shadow haunting them. Every scheme, every manipulation, every attempt to humiliate, all returning to its sender. The stage they built to ruin others is now the spotlight of their own undoing. That's justice, not spectacle. That's balance reclaiming its place. But wait, there's something even deeper than exposure. Something that cuts sharper than public shame. The hardest punishment isn't judgment from others. It's meeting yourself with no lies left to hide behind. Oh yeah, this is where it gets cold, when all the noise fades, and all the excuses dry up, when there's no one left to point at, no crowd to perform for, just them, and the reflection staring back. That's when the real sentence begins. You can run from truth in the world, but you can't run from the mirror. It remembers everything. They tried to bury who they were beneath layers of performance. Smiles, speeches, stories, all carefully crafted illusions. But illusions don't hold up under light. And the investigation, that spotlight of accountability, has stripped away every layer they built. Now standing there, they finally see it, themselves. Raw, unfiltered. The version they pretended didn't exist. Oh wow. You'd think they'd be angry or defiant, but no, there's something worse. Emptiness. The kind that comes when pretense collapses. When they realize the character they played for so long has disappeared, and there's no one left to replace it. That's the moment truth stops being a headline and becomes a mirror image. It's haunting, it's quiet, it's final. They spent so long crafting a false identity that reality feels foreign now. Every lie they told built a version of themselves that doesn't exist. And now that version has died in the eyes of the world. No applause. No sympathy. Just exposure. The reflection they see now, it's not glamorous. It's not victorious. It's accountability, staring back, calm and relentless. Oh, nah. This isn't just downfall. This is revelation. The kind that strips away every comfort, every illusion of power. Because real consequence isn't the loss of reputation. It's the loss of self-respect. That's something no one can repair for you. That's the punishment that keeps echoing even in silence. And isn't it strange? The same people who once supported their lies now watch in silence. Not because they've changed, but because truth changes the air around everything. You can't fake confidence once truth enters the room. You can't fake control once the mirror refuses to lie for you. Oh wow. Poetic justice again. You stood once in that same silence, didn't you? Alone, accused, misunderstood. And yet you didn't collapse, you refined. You faced your own reflection without fear. That's what separates the weak from the wise, the courage to confront truth, even when it burns. You've done that. They never could. And now they're tasting what they served. The loneliness of falsehood, the emptiness of deceit. No crowd, no control, just the truth, whispering, "Look what you've become." That's the weight they carry now. Heavier than judgment, sharper than ridicule. You don't need revenge. Watching someone finally meet their own reflection is justice enough, because mirrors never lie, and they never forget. Some people break when betrayed. Others build piece by piece until even betrayal can't reach them. Oh wow, you can feel it, can't you? That calm after the chaos, that eerie stillness, when the storm finally realizes it can't shake you anymore. You're not the same person who once stood there, stunned, questioning everything. You've evolved, not into someone harder, but into someone wiser. You learned that endurance isn't silence, it's strength disguised in restraint. And now, while they face exposure, you face elevation. They tried to destroy you, remember? Every word they spoke was meant to corner you. Every rumor, every false claim, every attack, all designed to strip away your dignity. Oh yeah, they thought they had power because they had numbers. But power isn't in numbers, it's in truth. And the truth stood quietly beside you the whole time. You never begged for validation. You never fought in the mud they threw. You stayed steady. And that's what unsettled them the most. Because nothing terrifies deceit more than someone who refuses to be dragged down by it. That calm, that silence, that refusal to break, that's what turned you from a target into a symbol. You didn't just survive, you transcended. Oh nah, don't mistake your peace for forgetfulness. You remember everything. Not to hold grudges, but to hold lessons. You saw how easily people follow lies when they feed their comfort. You saw how quickly loyalty bends under pressure. But instead of bitterness, you built clarity. You learned to see through intentions before they disguise themselves as kindness. That's the mark of someone who's been tested and transformed. And now, look around. Those who once underestimated you speak your name with hesitation. Those who mocked your calm now imitate it. That's the irony of strength. It doesn't announce itself. It just stands firm until no one can ignore it anymore. You didn't have to expose anyone. Truth did it for you. You didn't have to prove your worth. Time revealed it for you. That's justice, pure and unshakable. Oh wow, poetic, isn't it? How every attempt to bury you became the soil that grew your resilience. They wanted you broken, but you became blueprint. They wanted your silence to mean defeat, but it became strategy. They wanted you forgotten, but now your story is the warning label on every false alliance that tries to rise again. You've become untouchable, not because you're flawless, but because you're aware. You don't chase approval anymore. You don't need revenge. You move with clarity, guided by what's right, not by what's loud. You've mastered the one skill they never learned. Self-discipline. That's what gives you power. The kind that doesn't fade when applause ends. The kind that doesn't crumble under exposure. So now, as they sit beneath the weight of their own actions, you walk through a world that finally sees who you've always been. Calm, collected, unmoved. Justice didn't just expose them, it revealed you. And that's the twist, huh? The same hands that tried to break you are now trembling under the weight of truth. Justice doesn't rush. It watches, it waits, and when it moves, it's unstoppable. So stay loud, stay sharp, and drop your thoughts below. This movement is ours. Your voice matters here. Always has, always will.